that feeling of staring at the ceiling, a body that is tired but a mind that will not stop turning. This nightly battle creates a deep exhaustion that spills into your day. But what if the path to deep restorative sleep was not a battle, but an invitation? Watch until the end, because the way we will prepare this simple route is less important than the final insight that will truly set you free. Mindful stillness. When we seek to understand the nature of sleep, we often make a fundamental mistake. We think of it as an absence, as a darkness we must fall into. We treat our wakefulness as an enemy to be defeated, a problem to be solved with a pill or a quick fix. But this approach only creates more struggle, more tension. And where there is tension, there cannot be rest. True sleep is not an absence, but a presence. It is the presence of stillness. It is a state of deep allowing, where the body and the mind are finally in agreement to let go. So, the first question we must ask is not, how can I force myself to sleep? But rather, what is preventing stillness from arising within me? For many of us, especially as we gather more years, more experiences, the obstacle is a form of inner noise. It is the accumulation of the day's events, the worries about tomorrow, the unresolved conversations that echo in the quiet of the night. You can picture your mind like a glass of water with fine sediment at the bottom. During a busy day, the glass is constantly shaken. The water is cloudy, unclear. It is impossible to see through. This is the state of our mind when we are active, engaged, and problem-solving. When night comes, we want the water to become clear. We want the sediment to settle. But we lie in bed and we keep shaking the glass. We relive conversations, we plan our breakfast, we worry about our health. We are still agitating the water, and so the mind remains cloudy, active, and awake. The body might be lying perfectly still, but the mind is running a marathon. This is not a personal failing. It is simply a habit, a deeply ingrained pattern of thinking that we have practiced for decades. To find sleep, we must learn to gently, without force, place the glass on a steady surface and allow the sediment to naturally settle. It requires no effort, only patience and the creation of the right conditions. This inner noise often manifests as a feeling of heat or agitation. In traditional understanding, we might call this a fire in the heart or an unsettled spirit. You may feel it physically, a sense of being too warm, a restlessness in your legs, a feeling in your chest that is not anxiety, but a kind of vibrant disquiet. This is the energy of your thoughts, your worries, turning into a physical sensation that keeps the body on high alert. The body cannot enter a state of deep repair and rest if it believes it is in a state of high alert. So, before we even consider any external aids, we must first acknowledge this internal state. We must become an observer of our own restlessness, without judgment. When you lie awake tonight, simply notice. Notice the quality of your thoughts. Are they fast? Are they loud? Notice the sensations in your body. Is there heat? Is there tension? Do not try to change it. Just observe. The simple act of observing, of acknowledging, my mind is very busy tonight, is the first step in placing the glass of water down. You are separating yourself from the agitation. You are no longer the storm, you are the one watching the storm. This is the beginning of creating inner space, and it is in this space that stillness can finally be born. This is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without this awareness, any remedy is just a temporary patch. It does not address the root. But when you begin to cultivate this mindful stillness, you prepare the soil of your being for the seed of true, profound rest. The goal is not to have an empty mind. That is nearly impossible. The goal is to let the thoughts come and go, like clouds passing in the sky, without attaching to them, without feeding them, without letting them shake your glass of water. Inner warmth. Now that we have established this foundation of awareness, this gentle observation of our own inner state, we can explore how to support the body in its journey towards stillness. If our mind is a sky full of racing clouds and our body is the earth below, we must find a way to harmonize them. It is here that we can turn to the wisdom of nature, to the simple things that have been used for thousands of years, not as magic cures, but as gentle guides. We will speak of ginger. But to understand why this humble root can be so powerful, we must see it not as a substance, but as an energy. In many ancient traditions, foods and herbs are not just collections of vitamins and minerals. They have inherent qualities. They can be cooling or warming, drying or moistening, rising or sinking. Ginger is, by its very nature, a vessel of warmth and movement. But it is a very intelligent warmth. It is not the agitating heat of our worried thoughts. It is a deep, penetrating and soothing warmth. It is the warmth of the sun on a cool day, the warmth of a fire in the hearth. It does not scorch, it nurtures. So, when we feel that restlessness at night, that inner noise, that sense of agitation, what is it that we are truly experiencing? Often it is a state of imbalance. The energy, our chi, is stuck. It is rising upward to the head, feeding the spinning thoughts, creating that feeling of heat in the upper body, while our feet may even feel cold. This is a very common pattern, especially as we age. The body's natural energetic circulation can become less robust. Digestion can become weaker. And here we find a crucial link that is often overlooked in the modern approach to sleep. The state of our digestion is directly connected to the state of our mind. There is a saying, a troubled stomach creates a troubled spirit. If you eat a heavy meal too late in the evening, your digestive system, your center, must work very hard through the night. This process of digestion generates its own form of energy and heat. This is not a calm, settled energy. It is an active, working energy. This activity in your physical center can translate directly into activity in your mental center. It keeps the fire burning. It keeps the sediment in the water swirling. The body cannot fully surrender to rest because it is busy with another demanding task. This is where the wisdom of ginger comes in. When prepared correctly and taken at the right time, its warm, moving nature helps to support the digestive process. It soothes the stomach and helps to resolve any undigested food or stagnation. But its action is more profound than that. Its energy encourages that chaotic, rising energy in your head to descend. Imagine you are gently inviting the warmth from your busy mind back down into the core of your body, back into your center, your dantian. This is not a forceful action. The ginger is an invitation. It creates the conditions where the body says, yes, I can relax my center now. The work is done. I can let this energy settle. As the energy descends from the head, the mind's fire begins to cool. The thoughts slow down. They lose their sharp, urgent quality. The warmth then spreads from your center outwards to your limbs. You may feel your feet getting warmer. This is a very good sign. It means your body's energy is circulating in a more harmonious, balanced way. The system is no longer on high alert. The warrior is laying down his sword. This simple route, then, is a bridge. It is a bridge between the physical and the energetic. It addresses the physical issue of a burdened digestive system, and in doing so, it calms the energetic disturbance that keeps the mind awake. It helps the sediment in the water to finally gently settle to the bottom. It does not force you to sleep. Instead, it whispers to your body, it is safe to be still. And the body, hearing this, then relays the same message to the mind. This partnership is the secret. We are not treating a symptom. We are restoring a natural balance. Sacred practice. Understanding the why is essential, but the how is where this understanding becomes a lived experience. To simply boil some ginger and drink it would be to miss the most beautiful part of this process. We must transform the preparation from a task into a ritual. A ritual is an action performed with full awareness, with intention. This awareness is what infuses the water and the ginger with a quality that no machine or hurried process ever could. It is the beginning of the calming process, long before the first sip touches your lips. First, you begin with the selection of the ginger itself. When you are at the market, do not just grab any piece. Look for one that is firm, with smooth skin, that feels heavy and full of life. Hold it in your hand. This is a small piece of the earth, full of concentrated sunlight and energy. Appreciate it. When you bring it home, the preparation begins. You will need a small piece, perhaps the size of your thumb to the first knuckle. You do not need very much. Its power is in its quality, not its quantity. Wash it carefully. As you wash it, feel the water on your hands, the texture of the root. This is a moment of mindfulness. You are here now, preparing a gift for your body. Now the cutting. Do not use a grater. A grater tears and shreds. It is a violent action. We want to invite the essence out, not force it. Take a knife and slice the ginger into 3 or 4 thin coins. As you slice, observe the beautiful pattern inside, the fibers, the pale yellow color. See the moisture that is released. This is the life essence you are about to work with. Place these slices into a small pot with about 2 cups of fresh cold water. The intention here is important. We start with cold water and bring it to a gentle boil because we want the essence of the ginger to slowly infuse into the water as the temperature rises. If you put it into already boiling water, you shock it. We are not shocking our system, we are soothing it. As the water begins to heat, you may add 1 single pitted red date, a jujube. In traditional wisdom, the ginger is very warming and moving. The date is sweet, nourishing, and it harmonizes. It acts as a gentle anchor, ensuring the warmth of the ginger does not become too scattering. It brings a quality of centeredness to the preparation. It is the perfect partner. Allow the water to come to a gentle simmer, not a rolling, violent boil, but a soft bubbling. Let it simmer this way, uncovered, for about 5 to 7 minutes. During this time, do not walk away. Do not look at your phone. Stay with the pot. Watch the steam rise. Inhale the aroma. This is your meditation. You are breathing in the calming properties even now. The sharp, spicy scent is mellowing, becoming more earthy, more rounded. You are watching the water become a medicine. After a few minutes, turn off the heat. Allow it to sit for a minute more. Then, pour it through a small strainer into your favorite cup. Not just any mug, but a cup that feels good to hold. A cup that you reserve for these moments of self-care. This is now your sacred brew. Now for the most important part of the how, the timing. You do not drink this and then immediately climb into bed. That is a misunderstanding of its function. You will drink this slowly, mindfully, about 1 to 2 hours before you intend to sleep. This gives your body the time to receive the message of the ginger tea. It allows the warmth to spread, the digestion to be supported, and the energy to gently descend long before your head touches the pillow. As you sip it, feel the warmth in your mouth, down your throat, and into your center. With each sip, you are reaffirming your intention. I am giving my body the gift of calm. I am preparing for rest. This ritual is the bridge between your hectic day and your peaceful night. It is a clear signal to your mind and body that a transition is occurring. You are leaving the world of doing and entering the world of being. This practice itself becomes a key, turning the lock of restlessness and opening the door to profound peace. Lasting harmony. We have journeyed together through understanding the nature of restlessness. We have seen how the body's state, especially our digestion, is linked to the mind's activity, and we have created a beautiful, mindful ritual with ginger and a single date to bring warmth and balance back to our system. This is a powerful, powerful practice. For many of you, this alone will be enough to notice a profound shift in just a few nights. You will feel your body sigh with relief. You will find that the clouds in your mind begin to part, revealing a quiet sky. But this brings us to the most important insight I promised you at the beginning. The ginger tea is an incredible ally. It is a kind guide, but it is not the destination. The ultimate goal is not to become dependent on ginger to sleep. The ultimate goal is to cultivate a life where sleep arises naturally from a state of inner harmony. The tea is a tool to help you find that harmony, to show you what it feels like. Once you have tasted that stillness, your real work begins, to create a life that invites it in every single day. The final and most powerful insight is this: your sleep is not made in the 10 minutes before you get into bed. Your entire evening is the true preparation for rest. The ginger ritual is the centerpiece, but you must build a worthy frame around it. An hour or 90 minutes before your intended bedtime, begin what we can call the Great Disconnect. This means turning off the sources of agitation. The television, with its fast-moving images and dramatic sounds. The computer, with its endless stream of information and work. The phone, which keeps our minds tethered to the expectations and energies of the entire world. To turn these off is to declare your evening and your mind as a sanctuary. You are closing the door to the shaking hand that agitates the water in your glass. In this newly created quiet space, what do? You fill it with softness. Dim the lights in your home. Bright overhead lights signal to your body's ancient rhythms that it is still daytime, time for activity. Soft, warm lamplight signals that the sun has set, and it is time for stillness. Perhaps you can do some very gentle stretching. Nothing strenuous. Just feel your body, releasing the physical tension of the day. A gentle twist. A soft forward bend. You are communicating with your body in its own language, the language of sensation. Or you could read a few pages from a book, not a thrilling novel, but something calm, something wise, something that nourishes the soul. You could listen to quiet instrumental music. The goal of this time is to lower the energy, to soothe the senses, to tell every cell in your being that the day's labor is done. The final piece of this harmony is a mental practice just before you close your eyes. As you lie in bed, instead of worrying about tomorrow, you can gently review your day with gratitude. Not for the big things, but for the small. The taste of your morning tea. A kind word from a neighbor. The feeling of sunshine on your skin. This practice shifts the mind from a state of lack and worry to a state of appreciation and fullness. It is the final settling of the sediment. You are replacing the noise with peace. So you see, the ginger tea is your teacher. It shows you what is possible. It gives you a helping hand to climb out of the cycle of restlessness. But your evening ritual, your gentle disconnection from the world and reconnection with yourself, that is how you stay there. That is how you build a lasting foundation for the kind of deep healing rest that is your birthright. It is a harmony of the body, the mind, and the spirit. True rest is not something we chase or capture. It is a grace that visits us when we have made ourselves a welcoming home for it. This path of preparing your tea, of dimming the lights, of finding gratitude, it is a path of profound self-love. It is you telling you that you are worthy of peace. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle. This is a practice, not a performance. Your body and mind have been in a pattern for a very long time. It may take more than a few nights, but by walking this path with awareness and a kind heart, you are not just working towards better sleep. You are working towards a deeper, more peaceful relationship with the most important person in your life, yourself. I've had broken sleep for almost 15 years, ever since my husband passed. The doctors gave me pills, but I just wake up feeling foggy and even more disconnected. I'm 72. I tried this 3 nights ago. I don't know if it was the ginger itself or the simple ritual of carefully preparing it, but something shifted. For the first time in over a decade, I slept for 6 straight hours. I woke up this morning and just lay in bed, feeling quiet inside. Not sad, not lonely, just quiet. Thank you for showing an old woman that it's not too late to find peace. I'm in tears writing this.